So yes, the marginal person is going to continue to get squeezed. I'm not advocating for it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's horrible policy.
Yeah.
But I don't see signs of like a massive crash. And why is that? We don't have enough houses.
Yeah. Something else I want to talk about quick is the 25 basis point rate hike.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to come of that?
Local real estate market, I don't think it's going to be much of an impact. Like, it's going to be a hit for sure, but I don't think we're going to see what we saw with the continuous 50, 75 basis points after, when they did 10 straight or whatever it was.
Yeah.
The market was just on pause.
The percentage of that increase overall is actually fairly low.
That's a good way of putting it.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, when we went from 2% to 4%,
double,
yeah, that's
100%.
significant. Then we went from like 2% to fucking what? How like what was within an 8-month period? We went for like what 3% increase overall, like 2 to 5 within like an 6-month period.
Yeah,
it was
let's call it 2 to 4.5 or something like that.
It was dramatic.
2 and 4.
That's dramatic.
Yeah, so it's 100% increase now. A quarter point from was it 4.5 to 4.75 or
something
whatever.
like that. Yeah.
So like you do the math on that, it's like 2%.
Yeah, it's like I was actually with Joe Bondi last night at that thing, and he was mentioning that I think that for every $100,000 of mortgage money, it's increasing by $21 a month. So
it's digestible.
Yeah.
For the market. So
yeah,
it doesn't help.
No,
but depending on how you look at it, I'm not trying to spin this positively for the real estate market. It's not, but how you look at it is like, okay, well, it's only another quarter point. How much are we at? We're close to peak rates probably, right? Like that. So the worst
for the bank, you mean like what you're saying when you say peak rates, you don't think the bank is going to get that much more aggressive?
I don't think they can unless they're willing to bust the whole market, which maybe they are. But no,
do you think that they're willing to do that?
No.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. Do you?
I don't.
Yeah.
But who the fuck knows?
No, for sure. For sure.
I didn't think they'd be doing what they did in the last 3 years anyways, but to be honest, so who the fuck knows, right?
Well, what we saw like with COVID and what we're seeing now with increased amortizations, it seems like they're doing everything in their power to not let a crash happen. They could have let it happen during COVID. Okay, you're not getting CERB checks. If you're defaulting on your mortgage, we're taking your house.
Yeah.
They could have done it then.
Yeah.
They jacked rates up 125% in 8 months. They could have not extended your amortization. If you're late on your payment, we're taking your house. Everything that they've shown is they're not doing that.
Yeah.
We'll extend your amortization. We'll forego your mortgage payments until you get back on your feet and go back to your job. They're doing everything they can to not let it crash. So why do we now think that they're going to push it to where people are losing their houses?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
So what's your thoughts on the fact that household debt versus income right now or disposable income or whatever? What's your argument where that's just like that's just gonna explode, like that's gonna bust out the market, that's gonna take the real estate market down, the housing prices are
if we were in a balanced market, right, if we were in a balanced market and a balanced monetary system, but the money's concentrated into the homeowners, it's concentrated into the people that have money. It's so when they're saying the debt to income ratio, that's including the whole pie. Well, there's a lot of people, the majority are on the low end scale. The majority don't own homes.
Yeah.
So why are we lumping them in with the homeowners? Like if you isolated it for homeowners, debt to income, and then if you added in the equity they have in their homes, like what would the actual picture look like?
Yeah.
We agree that real estate ownership is being concentrated. We agree it's becoming unaffordable for the marginal income earner. We agree with that. We know that's happening. We also agree we're short 4.5 million homes. We also agree they're bringing 1 million immigrants a year.
Yeah.
So yes, the marginal person is going to continue to get squeezed. I'm not advocating for it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's horrible policy.
Yeah.
But I don't see signs of like a massive crash. And why is that? We don't have enough houses.
Yeah. So what's the move forward, do you think, with these guys?
For who? The bank?
Like the banks, the government. Like, what do you think is
there's going to be pain on the margins, right? Like some people are going to get burned. Some people are going to lose it. I just don't think it's going to be mass. I don't think it's going to be on scale. I don't think they want that. I don't think they're going to let that happen. They're putting it there. They have to put a nail in the coffin, right? If you actually think of what they're doing, they got to put a nail in the inflation coffin. They can't ease up too early.
Yeah.
If they came out and announced even a pause last rate hike, I was actually telling my clients, if they announce a pause, the market's going to take off.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
For sure.
Everything, right?
Yeah.
Because there's still a lot of money out there. People have money. People have equity. They have, the homeowners, anybody that bought before 2020 has a lot of equity. They have a lot of money. They're fine. They have jobs. Everybody's employed.
Yeah.
So they can't ease up. They know they can't ease up.
So what happens if they ease up, next meeting, what happens if they pause then?
Eventually this market's going to pop. The real estate market's going to pop.
It has to.
It has to, because we're not because of the real estate market or because of FOMO or whatever, because we don't have enough houses and they keep bringing in too many people. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to blame something else.
Yeah.
You can't have a bubble with undersupply.
Yeah.
You just can't. You can't call it a bubble.
Yeah.
You could call it, they can artificially lower prices they can keep raising rates, and prices are going to come down. We're still in a housing crisis.
Yeah.
How does that fix anything? It actually makes it worse.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to be able to afford a home. People are going to be pissed off. People are going to be on the streets. They can't even afford the rent. Builders will stop building. We're going to be even more exasperating the problem.
Yeah.
They can't fix the problem.
Yeah.
The
cost of production is going to skyrocket. Like it's going to be, it's going to be crazy. The fucking food costs. Nobody's going to be able to afford food. They keep on increasing rates. It's going to be crazy.
Exactly.
And then we still have no houses. Yeah. Like it's fucking crazy.
All while they're pumping.
But hey, no, you know what? We will have everybody will just move to Toronto and buy all the condos. That's crashing. That's what's going to happen. The pre-con. Everybody's going to go buy the pre-con condos. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't. Yeah. I'm not saying as an investor I'm going to go out there and buy everything. In fact, I'm very cautious right now because nothing cash flows.
Exactly.
So we don't buy stuff that doesn't cash flow.
Yeah.
So it's. But you also don't build stuff that doesn't sell profitably, and you don't build condos. You don't build houses.
Yeah.
And the land developers, the people that own all the land, they just made so much money. They don't. You think they need to fire sale their land right now? Do you think anybody's in? So okay, well I'll sell my land for peak value, and if not, I'll just sit on it and wait for it. You don't think they've been through this before?
I'm sure there's some people that might, the people that are going to get hurt with the land right now is the people that bought in anticipation the market will continue.
Those people that have already developed it and they've already kind of started the process, whatever. But if you haven't, right? So there's some stuff to shake out still. Right? We probably got another 12 to 18 months of shakeout.
Yeah.
But the problem isn't fixed. It's not enough on scale, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, look at John Lott even, with Petretta. He said, they're pausing all their shit. Or on some of the, not all their shit, but it's some of the projects, they're fucking pausing it.
Everybody's going to. Yeah. So all those units, they're not, none of them are coming online.
Exactly.
And you don't think that's going to delay the housing crisis? Right? It makes me want to own real estate more.
Yeah.
But it needs to be fundamentally sound, which is cash flow positive and great locations and all that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think most of the people are calling for a massive cataclysmic event.
Yeah.
It's certainly possible. Everything that they're telling us is that they don't want that to happen. Verbally, they're telling us that. Their actions are, I never listen to the words, right? If they're saying one thing and doing the other and not extending our amortizations and the bank's not sending you a letter like, hey, your mortgage payment is now 72 years of amortization.
Yeah.
We're not going to compress it to 24 because your payments would double. So we're going to allow you to spread it out. Those are the actions that they could easily put a stop to. The bank could say, no, you can't. So the Bank of Canada could say, no, you can't do that.
So what happens when that renewal comes up and then it has to go back to those 24 years or 25?
I think they're calculating that. I think that's why they're putting the nail in the coffin now, right? Because it's coming up, right?
Interesting.
Most of these mortgages were 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We're entering year 3 of 5 for renewal.
Yeah.
They got to put the nail in the coffin now, and then you have 18 months, and then get everything back to normal. Maybe start dipping rates again. Keep in mind, wages will continue to increase over those few years as well.
Yeah, we've got a fucking massive wage increase coming up in October. It's going to 16.55, I think.
Oh, minimum wage?
Yeah. Which is crazy. So, obviously I got hundreds of employees. That's fucking nuts.
It is.
And what do you think is going to happen?
You're going to increase the cost of your production. It's pretty simple.
And what's going to happen then?
Well, your prices are going up.
And what's going to happen then?
Well, all these people are going to be making more money. They're going to pay higher rents. And they're going to have more money to buy a house, and it's going to push prices up. Every fundamental reason, guys, other than interest rates and the macro and stuff like that, every fundamental reason of Canadian real estate market properly priced in good locations and whatever else, points to higher prices.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's 18 months or 12 months or 36 months. I don't know what they're going to do. I can't predict the government's next step. I'll tell you in 10 or 20 years, the prices are going up, man.
Yeah.
They're going up.
Yeah.
They might go down before they go up. There might
Yeah.
be some big stuff to happen in between there, but they are going up.
Yeah.
And building's not getting cheaper. I'm sorry to tell you. The green energy push makes everything more expensive.
Yeah.
The carbon tax is a tax on every building material that's used to build. The green energy, you got to put tankless water heaters in your house now. You got to have this insulation.
Is that actually a thing now? Like on new
that's
builds?
code.
That's code now? Tankless?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, it's the efficiency, right?
Yeah.
That it's all about efficiency. You can't get to so I think it's cheaper for builders to get to the right efficiency. It's a whole picture efficiency by putting the tankless in because they have a specific rating. Our point is that there is no fix to this housing crisis. It's going to get worse. All the rich people are going to own all the real estate, or people that already own stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody else is going to be struggling to get in the market. Just like your post today, every major city across the world, this is already the case.
Yeah.
The government has screwed up the market so bad, or immigration was way too high, or way too many. It's not even immigration. Sometimes it's internal immigration, right? Just people leaving their cities to go to Toronto or wherever the case is. Or if you're in the U.S., they're leaving the Midwest to go to Miami and they're going to the hot spots.
Yeah.
It's not always external immigration, but those hot spots always attract people.
Yeah.
And Canada is a hot spot nationally for immigration. And we're just going to continue to attract people. I keep hearing people argue, oh, the immigrants are going to leave because the housing prices are too expensive. Where are they going to go?
Yeah. They'll just pick another city maybe in Canada, but they're not going to leave.
Yeah.
Because fundamentally they want to be in Canada.
Right.
There is a reason.
And the reason is because their country, for whatever reason, has some issues.
Yeah.
Right? Whether it's government corruption, monetary system.
Their quality of life here is better than where they're coming from.
Even if you can't afford a house, it's better.
Yeah.
You're safer. You have medical care. You have a cell phone. You have a car. You have a nice place to rent. You're in a safe community. There's no guns. There's no violence. It's still better than 99% of the countries in the world, as flawed as it is. So, I don't know. Those are my thoughts.
I agree.
We'll see. I heard there's another one on the table too for July, so we'll see if that happens.
What?
Like they're saying, there's the market's pricing in a rate hike in July as well.
Oh, so is that right?
That would be interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like the banks are already pricing it in.
The markets, like the betting markets, based on how the bonds are performing.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Are they actually? Yeah. Interesting. How much?
Changes all the time. A quarter.
Really? Yeah. Wow. That's gonna be crazy. Fuck. Wow.
But keep in mind what they're doing. They're putting a nail in inflation. They're putting a nail. They have to stop this.
Yeah.
One more nail. At some point, there's going to be a final nail.
Yeah.
And then at some point, the inflation print, they're going to announce, hey, we're back to 2%.
Yeah.
And the market's balanced out and everything's fine. It's not the housing market. That's not gonna be fixed.
Yeah.
But everything else is going to be come into balance, and then your opportunity is gone.
Yeah.
Because the market's already priced it in 6 months earlier.
Exactly.
So these are actually the opportune times to buy cash flowing assets in great locations because the fundamentals are sound.
Yeah. If you can buy something right now at a reduced price because of increased rates, well, when it's time for you to remortgage at a rate reduction, like, you're fucking golden.
Yeah. Like as an investor, if you can buy something cash flow now that's at a reduced price.
Exactly.
The thing is, the prices aren't down that much. It's
know.
weird, man.
I know.
It's weird.
It's
been digested.
That's the thing that I'm struggling with, right? That's why I did the deal in Melbourne there, because the seller financing made it work, But when you actually consider it, you're not going to get that pop at a potential refinance price, right? But the reason why he was offering seller financing was because it just doesn't work. He's not going to get his money out. He would probably lose a considerable amount of money if he required somebody to get their own financing.
Yeah, he doesn't want to sit on that asset and rent it out and wait 3 years to get his money out. He's on to the next development. He probably already has a bunch of developments he needs the money for, right? Yeah. So it's so that's that was a great deal.
Yeah.
Great find there too. So
but I mean, we'll see what happens.
That's all we can say.